Most people are not willing to do this, and if you do it, you will race ahead of everyone out there. Before we get into this video, my name is Adina. I'm a 7-figure content writer and digital entrepreneur plus software developer, and over the years I've built several content-driven businesses using written content specifically. That's my area of expertise is written content. And today I'm going to be talking about, if you're willing to do this, you are going to race ahead of most people, because most people are not willing to do this. I actually think it's much easier to become successful than it is to not be successful. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there are so many people out there. I would say out of 100 people lined up, there's probably going to be 2 people that are going to be willing to stick out something like I'm going to mention in this video. And the other 2 people are not going to be willing. And so it means the competition is actually really low when it comes to being a high achiever and racing ahead of everyone else. The competition is low because most people are not willing to stick to it. And I'm saying this from experience. I'm going to talk about something in a minute relating to my Medium page, but I had a community that I had built, and it was specifically for people that wanted to make money as online writers. And I closed that community down eventually. But I remember when I started the community, I had about 200 people in the community. It took about 2 weeks for me to get those 200 people, because I was promoting it through my email list, and I had quite a lot of people in my email list, and so I had built up my community up to 200 people. And I did this challenge for the 200 people, and I noticed that out of those 200 people, there was only 5 people that really dedicated themselves to completing the challenge, and everybody else just trailed off. Everyone else just disappeared and sort of, you know what, I can't be bothered. And you would message them and say, hey, what's going on with the challenge? How are you finding the challenge? And they would just be like, life happened, or, I've got other things to do. They had moved on to something else because they felt like this particular thing was taking too long. Okay. I remember when I started out on Medium, and I went all in, posting 3 articles a day, sometimes more. People would send private notes saying, wow, your output is crazy. I could never. I'm trying to build, but I'm struggling. The truth is, most people are not willing to stick at something for 100 days straight. Let me repeat this. Most people are not willing to stick to something for 100 days straight without stopping. For example, showing up on one platform 100 days straight with no stopping. Most people are not willing to do it. I did a 100-day challenge on YouTube, on Medium. I aced that challenge. I did a 100-day challenge on vocal.media once. I managed to achieve it, and I haven't been able to stick to it again since then on vocal for 100 days straight. And that's the reason why my vocal income slowed down drastically, because I wasn't able to stick to the consistency of it. I'm not saying you need to do something like in terms of posting content, you need to be doing it daily for the rest of your life. But I feel like in the beginning, if you're willing to sacrifice all of the instant gratification and all of that, and the going out and the partying and the clubbing and all of that, you're willing to put that aside and do something and dedicate yourself and zoom in and zone in on something for 100 days straight. Yeah, you might not become a millionaire in that time, but trust me, you're going to make such big strides in that time. And sometimes people look back on, they look at the things that they've achieved in that 100 days, and they're like, oh, well, it wasn't what I wanted more. But you fail to realize that along the way, you've had so many little mini breakthroughs. Those breakthroughs you wouldn't have had if you didn't do the 100 days of content, or 100 days of whatever it is you want to do. So you want to be digging deep and showing up for yourself on a daily basis. I know it's tough, but it's necessary. So if you're struggling to turn your life around or build something meaningful, I'm going to leave a link below for a video by Hormozi, and this video is straight fire. You won't regret watching the video, and you're going to learn so much. And this is where I got this idea from. To race ahead of most people in your field, you've got to stick to something, go deeper, push harder for at least 100 days or more. You know, you hear this phrase "go all in," and it's kind of a little bit like, oh my God, it's too much, like hustle culture. But I don't advocate for hustle culture. I believe that you can do something for 100 days straight, but it doesn't mean that you are hustling. And it's like, oh, it's so difficult, it's like grinding non-stop. No. You could dedicate yourself to doing a 5-minute video on YouTube every single day for 100 days. It's not that hard. I mean, just really be honest here now. It really is not that hard. You know, I think a lot of the time what derails people from the YouTube thing is, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to do all this editing, and so, you know, all this fancy stuff. You see that people, they've got all these kind of videos where they've got all this like B-roll, and they've got all these words on the screen, and they've got all these things going on. You don't have to do that. It's not necessary. I'm not saying that it doesn't look nice and all of that. It looks amazing, and it's great when you have all this sort of fuzzy background and you're using a really high-end camera and there's all of that. But you don't have to do that when you're starting out. You know, I've gone back to basics again because I had a YouTube channel where I started out a YouTube channel where it was all about vegan lifestyle, and then I stopped that channel. I didn't stop the channel. I stopped posting on that channel about vegan lifestyle for a while, for about 4 years. 3 years or 4 years I stopped posting because I wasn't vegan anymore. And I didn't want to show back up on that channel and be like, right, I'm not vegan anymore. I'm going to start eating meat now. So yeah, I didn't want to do it. And so I completely steered away from posting anything on that channel for about 4 years. I came back and I reignited the channel and started posting about making money online. It took a while to build it back up again, and people started to watch. I started to gain traction, and the channel was wiped off of the face of YouTube. And so I came to this faceless channel, which was faceless, and now I've made it a face channel. And I've gone back to basics. I've gone back to using my phone. I've gone back to, you know, even at one point I wasn't even using a mic. I was just leaving it like that and just using the phone mic. And that was because I wanted to eliminate any kind of friction. I wanted to eliminate any excuses, because an excuse could be, oh, I'm going to have to set everything up, and that's going to take a while. And so I just started to take my phone, place it on the work surface, and just talk. And now I'm getting back into it. I'm using my mic now. I've got a little mic as well, which I don't like very much, so I'm using this one. And I'm going to start building it up again, and, you know, start using a more high quality device to film my content and all of that. But I wanted to make sure that I eliminated any friction to make sure that I got things done. Okay. I'm actually currently doing a 30-day challenge on YouTube where I'm posting long-form videos daily for the next 30 days. I don't even know how many days I've done. I'm going to be really honest with you, because I've got to a point where I'm not even seeing it like, oh, I'm doing this 30-day challenge. It's just part of my routine to post one video every single day on YouTube. I mean, that's really part of my life at this point. It's like a way of life, you know, and I don't see it as something that is so difficult that it's going to make me get burned out. That's the reason why it's very important to choose your pillar platform and really understand the platform that makes you feel most at ease, and then posting every single day on that platform for 100 days. It's probably not going to be easy for you if you're not used to any type of consistency. That's where the difficulty comes in, because you're not used to consistency. The filming of the videos really isn't that hard, to be quite honest with you. The writing of the content, most of the time, is not even that hard either. It's the consistency of actually sticking to it on a daily basis. Plugging away on a daily basis, constantly doing it. Most people are not willing to do something for 100 days. And so if you are willing to do something for 100 days straight, you are going to race ahead of the competition. Just look at High Frequency Guru. High Frequency Guru, if you don't know who she is, I'm actually going to make a short video about her today because she's just a beast. At one point, she was posting 3 videos a day. Long form meditation type subliminal videos. She was posting 3 a day. She's now built her channel to over 200,000 subscribers, and that is because of consistency. And she's not just posting videos, she posts community posts as well, long form community posts on a daily basis. She's slowed down now. She's not posting as many because she's actually, I think she's really trying to focus more on like her membership content. But the fact that she went all in like that for I believe it was more than a year she did it for. And she's built her channel to 200,000 subscribers. She's gone all the way in. You know, I don't believe in non-stop hustle for into forever. I believe in sort of accelerating, and then you can slow down, and you can even get to a point where you're outsourcing, delegating, and all of that. The goal isn't to just be working non-stop where you're losing sleep forever. That's not the goal. It's to accelerate quickly and then get to a point where you can outsource and delegate and all of that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell and all of that. Please click the links that I have in the description. One book that I feel is really powerful for anyone who wants to race ahead of the competition, and anyone who is really struggling with limiting beliefs, because a lot of the time consistency is linked with actually believing in yourself, and when you don't, it's because you have limiting beliefs. And I'm not going to say that you can just eliminate these limiting beliefs just overnight if you're someone who struggles with that, but I have an e-guide called Uncovering Limiting Beliefs About Money, and this book, this e-guide, can help you with limiting beliefs in all areas of your life, and it can really completely change the game for you. So please go and click the link in the description to grab that e-guide, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.